Paw'dCats Sports.
Hey, yo, Cat fans, welcome back to the Paw'dCats Sports Podcast, where purple pride's fierce and sometimes laughing. You wanna take from there, Al?
And this Saturday, October 25th,
Yes, sir.
the 800 millionth Sunflower Showdown
Series predates Jesus.
returns as Kansas State travels to Lawrence to face the Kansas Jayhawks at David Booth, Kansas Memorial Stadium.
So it's the 800 millionth Sunflower Showdown, huh? Has Dillions been around that long? Subsidiary of Kroger, by the way.
Dillons has been around for 1,234,000.
Feeding the good people of the plains for over 1 million years. Yeah, kickoff this weekend, guys, at 11 a.m. Central. That's noon on the East Coast for those of you who are not past 5th grade yet. It's going to be on TNT, and I did hear rumblings on the internets this week that people are thinking we should put all Big 12 content on TNT and Max. You got any thoughts on that, Al? Any thoughts?
I agree. I mean, I've heard Matt say that they've got a good crew. They're pretty solid, but that's about it. But I trust Matt. So
yeah. Old heads like me will remember the TBS Saturday night games back in the day, early 2000s. Those were some elite broadcasts. So TNT, 11 o'clock. Hopefully you subbed to Max before they raised the sub. What, yesterday? I think they raised their prices. Thanks a lot. If not, just call your home and get his login. Fight back against the man, against the oligarchy. Or you can tune in. You can tune in, man. You can tune in.
Tune in to White Vision.
Yeah. And Stan.
State Sports Network, Jayhawk Radio Network.
Oh. The second
and the weather
voices in the Flint Hills.
We are the first. Number one.
Yeah. You mentioned the weather, man. It's going to be a little dicey out there in low rents down the Caw. What do we got weather-wise?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I just looked today, 50 low, 60 high. So it doesn't look like right now the rain's going to play a part until later on in the afternoon, about 4. So I don't think we will have to worry about that. But anything can change within the next 3 days here. We're recording this on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it rains, then we can never win games in the rain. So chalk it up.
Hey, man, it may be a little bit chilly on Saturday morning, but historically there's been a lot of heat, especially recently. In this series, the Cats have dominated this rivalry. Last year was Sweet 16. This year we're turning 17. Pretty soon we'll be out of our adolescence and into young adulthood with this long winning streak against the pitiful Jayhawks from down the road in low rents. This goes back to 2009. Do you remember that day, the first win? In the 16-game current winning streak. That was a good time.
D-Train?
Yeah, the D-Train.
He did run it down the field. Sign.
Yeah. That was a good time. Yeah. And Todd Reesing was still on that team. What was the final score, like 17-10?
Something terrible. Versus Network.
One touchdown. It was on the Versus Network. That's right. This streak began way back on Versus. And now we're going full circle back to TNT. This isn't Saturday night, though. It's Saturday matinee. You gonna drink some mimosas before this game or something?
No,
definitely not. No. What about a Bloody Mary?
No, nothing.
Those things are disgusting, in my not so humble opinion. Drink water, kids. It's good for you. Help you think clearly.
I would be remiss to say it means that Matt would be mad at me if I didn't say that the overall series is 64-55 in KU's favor.
Hey, man, KU can have the 20th century.
We'll take the 21st. About the historical here. So
KU fans are bitter. They never get better. That's just who they are.
Okay.
Said Matt. Matt's cool. Yeah. Sorry, Matt. You're cool, man.
We got 9 more years of wins till we tie it up.
So you're saying we're gonna go 25 years with this streak?
Oh, we can only hope.
Nice. I like that number.
This is KU's opportunity, though, if there's ever been one the past 18 years, 17 years.
That's a huge game for the Kleiman era, no doubt about it. If we lose this game, we're staring 4-8, 5-7, 6-6 max right in the face. This is the biggest game of the season, and I was a little concerned. I know there's practice limits these days on how long you can, prep for a game, but we did take 3 straight days off. Hopefully, we're maximizing the amount of hours the NCAA allows us to get together and practice and do our thing. Because if we're not, then we're just missing opportunities, and that's very frustrating. We'll never know because we don't work inside the vein here. But I did hear that, the players took what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday off?
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Anyway, are you ready to break this down? Are you ready to break it down?
Breakdown.
Yeah, breakdown.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, breakdown. Well, so tell me about the Jayhawks, man.
6 segments today. Segment 1, season stats breakdown.
Segment 1.
Jayhawks. 4-3, 2-2 in the Big 12.
Boo.
Points per game. Points per game, 32.4. Passing yards per game, 263.3. Rushing yards per game, 155. Top players probably going to be quarterback Jalen Daniels.
Not Jaden.
He's thrown for 1,752 this year, 18 touchdowns and 2 INTs. Emmanuel Henderson, wide receiver, 530 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. And their running back, LaShawn Williams, 314 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jalen Daniels, probably top 25 easy quarterback this year. I mean, 18 touchdowns to 2 interceptions is good at this point of the season.
He's doing everything for that offense. And Emmanuel Henderson, number 1, he's a potentially elite wide receiver. I've seen some good things out of him, especially early on, first 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
And then coming into the year, you'd think Daniel Highshaw would be the guy, but he's been hurt.
Nope.
So LaShawn Williams is their guy getting more carries.
Go under on his rushing yards.
I don't know about that.
Maybe not. Toby's
out.
There. We'll get to that. Yep.
Right,
the Cats are 3-4, of course. Sorry.
Tell us about the Cats.
Oh, yes. We're 3-4. Yuck. That's garbage. Hey, we're 3-4. We're 2-2 in league play, of course. We enter this game averaging 29.4 points per game. Excuse me. Passing yards, barely over 200. Rushing yards, less than 150 per game. Avery, of course, enters with 1,500 yards passing plus 13 touchdowns. Not sure how many picks. Probably like, 4 or 5?
2.
Oh, just 2. Okay.
1 critical.
1 very critical. Yeah, I don't want to think back to that game. And then Jace 417 yards, 3 touchdowns. Joe Jackson, not a lot of production out of that offense. That's definitely below expectations for this point in the season.
I do want to speak on one thing. When you look at these numbers, they're extremely comparable. Other than the passing yards per game, and Jalen Daniels, right? So Chase Brown, he was injured. He would probably have just as many receiving yards as Emmanuel Henderson. Joe Jackson and LaShawn Williams, obviously both starters for both teams are having injury problems, so they're both at 313 for Joe Jackson and 314 for LaShawn, but LaShawn has seen the pay dirt a little more.
The pay pebbles.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody plays on dirt anymore.
Pay dirt.
Yeah, it's pay pebbles, man.
So, can Daniels continue his elite efficiency against a shaky K-State defense?
Yeah, I think so. It's probable because they're playing at home, and he's been looking pretty solid in spite of their losing ways. So Jalen, if KU is going to win this game, beat us, yeah, it's going to be on the back of Jalen Daniels, no doubt about it.
Yeah, well, he's got 5 years of experience against us, so he may be the oldest guy in college football. So it's about time. If it's
40-year-old quarterback, man.
It's not now, it's never for you, Jalen.
Speaking of quarterback, his back might be broken. By the time he's done playing football, he's got some serious back issues.
Yeah, but he's been playing really well this year. He's limited his mistakes, so
seems to be
we gotta watch
relatively
out for
healthy.
him. What about Avery Johnson? Is his dual threat ability going to be the X factor?
I'm not sure. We'll see. It's been a week and a half since that amazing win versus Trash Can University up there in the Bill. So we'll see if we continue to improve.
Yeah,
Stay tuned. I've talked at length about Avery. We both have. So.
I think it's going to have to be this weekend. I think this game goes. We'll get to the keys of victory, but Avery's got to run for over 50 in this game, especially against that KU defense.
Yeah, I think so. They're going to key on the run, of course, even though we tend to pass the ball more. But if they shut down our running game like a couple teams have done, then they will be one-dimensional, and they'll be able to key on Avery in that passing game. So he's going to have to be able to move it with his legs, especially if guys like Joe Jackson aren't getting it done.
All right. Segment 2, what K-State must do to win.
Gotta win!
Avery. Keys for the Paw'dCats. Pressure Daniels early and often. Control time of possession with Joe Jackson's ground game and avoid costly turnovers, especially late in the game. I'm going to have to agree with this. I think for me, a big thing about this game is whoever's defense plays better is going to win.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
If they both play bad, then it's whoever's quarterback plays better.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And we did control time possession a couple weeks ago against TCU for sure. But a lot of that had to do with TCU's mistakes
and against
credit our defense for turning them over. But they shot themselves in the foot and didn't have long possessions, of course. And even their scoring drives, big plays, real quick. See if we can establish that running game and move those chains. Hopefully we can be over 50-60% on third down. It's going to be a key indicator.
So with these poopy defenses, right, can our defense contain KU's explosive receivers? Yeah, they're smelly bad. Smelly bad defenses. They're terrible against the rush. KU had over like 350 yards against them and against Texas Tech. And, Texas Tech isn't a rushing team.
Are you hinting at the over here? Are you hinting at the over?
They gave up quite a bit of rushing yards, I think, to UCF and Cincinnati as well. Not as many, but still a lot. And K-State's rush defense isn't much better. Well, they have been better the past 3 games, but collectively
up until the fourth quarter. Yep.
Yeah, very
that's
spotty.
Not all rushing.
So can we contain their explosive receivers? What do you think?
It's going to be difficult, but we're going to have to be able to win that turnover battle like always, +2 probably.
Yeah, I think we need to do what we did against TCU and Baylor. Of course, is keep them one-dimensional and keep them off the ground game. Don't let them establish that identity. We need to make Jalen Daniels try to win this game. And the thing about Jalen Daniels is that he's going to run a lot more than Sawyer and Josh Hoover. So we're going to have to probably spy him, which is going to leave somebody open over the middle quite a few times.
Dez going to have to chase him down.
So as long as we bend but don't break, I think red zone possessions are going to be huge in this game. So if we can stop them in the red zone and get a couple turnovers or win the turnover margin, then we should be in good shape. But this game we know can be pretty chaotic and things can change quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, win that turnover battle and close the door in the fourth quarter was the other key indicator that kind of slipped my mind there. We've done a poor job in the fourth quarter of shutting teams down with our defense. And, we've allowed teams to hang around and beat us in close games. And even last, a couple weeks ago against TCU, they were putting up big numbers in the fourth and scored most of their points in that second half late.
What do you think about special teams in this game? Do you think it's going to play a big role like last year?
Yeah, let's see if KU can muff a few more punts inside their own 30. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to see it. Love to see it, especially early in the game. Those are ones that are just like, man, this is not our night, man. I can already see where this is going. The psychology turns against you real quick. That voice in your head when you muff a punt on the first drive or second drive. We saw that back in Ireland. Yeah, and I also seen that a couple times the last few years against KU, 2-3 years ago for sure.
Yeah.
Let's hope that KU special teams.
It seems seems like last year and the year before, KU's been really close, and it's just been those special teams plays that have held them down. We returned a blocked PAT for 2 points, and then they caught they caught a kick on the 1 yard line and stepped out, and then I think we got the safety the next play, and then
that play. That was amazing.
And then they've muffed a punt here and there, I think, in the last couple of years too.
I just forgot. I completely forgot about that, fielding the kickoff inside the 1 and then stepping out of bounds. That's a genius move. That kid probably should play for Nebraska and put an N for knowledge on the side of the helmet.
So, all right, segment 3 here. What Kansas must do to win?
Score more points
for the Jayhawks.
They haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, they're going to have to protect the football. No late game fumbles. They're going to have to exploit our secondary, which our secondary has been spotty.
Yeah, they can.
They can, but against TCU and Baylor, right, which are much better, I believe, passing offenses. Not like miles, not miles ahead of KU, but ahead of KU, right? We played pretty well against them up until the fourth quarter, like you've mentioned. So just got to keep our foot on the gas. We got to keep our energy up throughout the entire game, and we gotta swing momentum when we have the chances.
When you get a lead in a game too by 2 scores, man, your mentality has got to be go up by 3 or 4, not can we hold on and win the game. So let's play to win, not play not to lose, if you know what I mean.
And KU is also going to have to keep Daniels upright and mobile. I think it's going to be big to get some pressure on the quarterback this weekend. I mean, we saw it last year with VJ Payne coming up from behind him and causing that fumble. So we need speed. We need speed on our defense this weekend for sure. We need to make some plays.
Your boy Des is going to have to spy Daniels, and he'll share that responsibility part of the time with one of the other backers. We'll see. And then how we fill Toby's spot is going to be very interesting. How we have to shuffle the deck on the defensive front. I'll be looking at that early and often.
Do you think KU's defense is finally going to step up in this rivalry game this weekend?
No.
Yeah, I don't see either defense stepping up. To be honest, I see
horrible.
A lot of points. I see a shootout here. It could get pretty ugly on the defensive side of the ball in this game.
Yeah, that KU defense is pretty bad, man. Playing like the Ravens right now, down 6 starters, or Buffalo, or whoever that was.
At least we thought our defense was terrible at the beginning of the year, which it was. But we've been improving the past 3 weeks, so playing better. So that's promising. Our secondary, I think, has been playing well against those high-powered offenses. Our linebackers for sure played well last game, especially Desmond Purnell. We're going to need another performance like that out of him. Austin Romaine, not at that high of a level, but just playing well, causing some pass breakups, getting to the quarterback. And then our D-line is probably going to be huge in this game, making sure that we get that speed around the edges and get to Jalen Daniels and keep them from just pounding the rock against us, which is what I'm worried about.
And I think you might be onto something with the quarterbacks and their rushing yardage this game. That might be another key indicator to look at, which quarterback can kind of lift their team and carry them a little bit more, especially on those 3rd and short situations or high-pressure situations in the red zone. Quarterbacks with the legs on plays that are breaking down. Who's going to have more yardage and more key big plays? Hit a breakdown.
All right, so here's a good question. Can the Jayhawks break the streak and flip the narrative?
No.
Okay, simple. Want to speak on this then for a sec?
Yes, go ahead.
I think this is a huge game, more so for the Jayhawks than Kansas State.
I don't know about that.
I think
I'm gonna disagree.
I think that Lance Leipold needs this win.
Who?
Because Lance Leipold
cares.
So I think he needs this win. I think this can be somewhat of a program-changing win for them, unfortunately, if they do win, right? And if they lose, it can really send them down. I think it's a big game for them.
How can you go down when you're already way down? Is there any further down to go? I mean, I guess they have been like 1-11, 2-10.
So if they lose and then they don't make a bowl game again this year, then
that's a successful year for the Kansas Jayhawks football team. 6 wins.
And they try to make a coaching change again. I think that would be a huge mistake. I think Lance Leipold is their guy, and if they let him go, then too early.
Matt Campbell, just keep him around forever and let him go 6-6 every year, or slightly better maybe sometimes. But I don't think the Jayhawks are going to break the streak. I don't think they're going to flip the narrative. I think this is a huge game for Kansas State because in a season where you've underperformed and not lived up to expectations, the only game that really matters is this one. And in a season when you're great, this game's a blowout.
Yeah, this means a lot to the kids on the team too. Of course, from Kansas on both sides.
Means everything to me.
Yeah, you need to get out there and run for a couple of yards.
If we don't win this game, I might just like start mowing the lawn on Saturday afternoon during the game. And after tech, I'm going to go ahead and travel to Manhattan regardless. And all kidding aside, don't lose this game. Don't lose this game. This is an important game. All right, if we drop this game, heads need to roll.
Either way, whoever the pressure is on, right? Jayhawks, they need this kind of defining win in the Lance Leipold era, or Kansas State needs to extend the streak and get things rolling. This game is huge for bowl implications. If K-State loses, then we most likely are not going to go to a bowl game because we'd have to win against Texas Tech or Utah, play Utah on the road. And then KU, they have a little bit of easier of a schedule, but they still play Iowa State, Utah, and Arizona. So if you don't win this game for either team, then you're not looking very good for a bowl game.
If we lose this game, KU will get fined.
Oh, yeah. They're going to rush the field, of course.
Maybe we should take some tortillas and throw them on the field. All the visiting Cat fans during the opening kickoff, just chunk them out there. Yeah, see if we can piss off Lance and get him on tilt. So let's talk about segment 4. Should we go there? Injury report?
Really quickly. Segment 4 injury report. Osun Sami is going to be out for the season, which is huge in this game, especially. Yeah. He's our speed guy on the edge. So
no more freeze frame sacks this year.
So that's disappointing. He's just one of those guys that we could really use this game because he can get out and get around those guys and get to Jalen. Dylan Edwards. Who knows? This is he's likely out.
He's out.
He's on his 4 games. So there's been talk of he's just not going to play the rest of the season because he's not going to.
It's time to move on.
Yeah, he's going to take his red shirt. Take his red shirt, and if he doesn't play this game, I don't know if we see him the rest of the year. And then Justice Clemens, our cornerback.
No justice. No justice.
Other than that, just your typical guys. Still no Norenberg. Questionable. It'd be nice to have Norenberg back.
Man. Naked Gun, though. Naked Gun's back. Norenberg. Not.
Like to have him back. Other than that, still no McAllister. Still no Fitzpatrick. Questionable from what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
we'll probably know more tomorrow.
Fitzpatrick's not going to play this season, it looks like. That's tough.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like
play up front.
Yeah, it doesn't look like McAllister is going to play this year either, I don't think. But let's hope so. I don't know.
Hey, man, opportunities for the number 2s and 3s and people who are not been getting as many reps and as many plays. So, like I said, I'm going to look at that spot that Toby's going to vacate and see how we try to fill that gap. And I'm going to look at the interior on the offense, too, to see what's going on up front because there's still deck shuffling, I think, going on up there.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to be looking at Bartley and VJ in the secondary.
Yeah.
See where those guys are at.
Yeah, check our coverages.
And normally I'm watching the coverages anyway. So
it's going to be heavy on the zone, obviously, and hopefully we can get a little bit of pressure up front somehow with some of those bends and twists and stunts and all that cute stuff. Defensive eye candy.
Yeah, we need to keep our eyes on the ball. We cannot fall for any of their eye candy.
Got to watch the ball, man.
KU always brings the eye candy in this game, so they're probably going to run at least 1 or 2 trick plays, maybe 3.
Counter that with your own eye candy.
With Lincoln Cure throwing the ball. No, don't do that.
Lincoln Cure, man. It's been a rough year. Hadn't been utilized much.
Maybe we'll see a breakout game.
Utilized wrong.
Maybe we'll see a breakout game from him. That'd be cool because he is a Kansas guy.
Yeah.
KU did try to recruit him as well.
Right.
So it'd be nice if he could get in there and make some big plays. But segment 5, keys to victory for K-State. The Wildcats game plan.
Number one.
Battle.
Number 1.
Turnover battle.
Gotta win it. Gotta win it. Gotta go +2 or more.
Gotta win it. I think we're upwards to number 11, I think, in the country now when it comes to like turnover margin per game.
That's good. That's good. And if we can do that, then we have a chance.
Dominate the trenches.
Yeah, I don't think either team is going to dominate the trenches in this game. The trenches might be pretty ugly. It might be like the 3rd or 4th year of, the Great War out there.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pressure on quarterbacks, I believe. Although our O-line has been playing better, so let's hope for them to have a good game. Really need them to have a good game. We need to give Avery some time in this game to utilize our receivers for sure.
We'll know if Joe Jackson gets more than 10 carries and maybe closer to 15 to 20, and he can actually get over 100 yards relatively quickly. Then we know the O-line's doing their job, getting that push up front. If not, they're going to be busy protecting Avery in the passing pocket for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and speaking on that, you're going to need Avery to run the ball at least 10 to 15 times. I heard on another podcast this week that when he runs the ball over 10 times, we're like 7-4 or 8-3, and then if he runs it over 14 times, we're undefeated. So
shocking. Use his best strength, and you go undefeated. That's crazy.
That should. I mean, we've talked about that all season, right?
Direct message to the offensive coordinator.
Run the ball with Avery.
Yeah, you think we'll see Barnett packages? B squared.
I actually we probably will in this game. Just don't let it be.
After Baylor, I think we didn't use it against TCU.
Don't let it be when we're in any kind of rhythm. But I honestly, now that you say that, do think we could see that late, and hopefully, if we do see it later on in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know about in the red zone. Maybe if you're on like the 35-ish.
3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts.
Maybe 2nd and 6. 2nd and 5. I don't know.
Those are plays where you want to open up the playbook a little bit.
Oh, well, exactly. Yeah, you're throwing it.
So you don't want Blake Barnett out there just eating up a carry or something.
You don't want to do it on 3rd and short either.
Or doing something where we just put him out in motion. He's just a wasted skill player.
So let's probably not do that unless he's throwing the ball.
Yeah, we'll see. B squared. Will the package be ready? It will. Will it be utilized? Stay tuned.
And then obviously keep the crowd quiet early. If we can get out to an early lead in this and really demoralize that crowd at David Booth, that would be huge because they're going to come out in full force. You're still probably going to see, I'd say, 25% Cats fans.
Yeah, they having trouble selling tickets, by the way.
Yeah, those tickets that they're trying to sell are hundreds of dollars, which is absolutely ludicrous.
Hey, man, you could use a porta potty on the east side for $200.
It's crazy.
They still got the porta potties on the east side underneath the stands. Anyway, it's ridiculous, man. I wouldn't pay more than like $25 going to this game, especially out there in low rents.
4-4, 3-4.
Yeah, how can you justify those prices when you're in a land of poverty?
Yeah, 4-3 and 3-4. So both 2-2 in Big 12. I mean,
right. Hey, but we got passionate fans, man, in Kansas. This ain't down here like down in Texas and Waco or something, where you can have 2 ranked teams and the stadium's still like quarter empty. Or
it's honestly
sometimes in Fort Worth even.
Honestly, it's probably the worst matchup since 2018, Snyder's last year.
Right. Well, so we'll see how it goes. We got a couple days till the Sunflower beatdown.
All right, do we think K-State's defense finally clicks, brings everything together this game? More so than
I doubt it. We lost a key guy up front. There's problems in the secondary. Probably not.
And do you think Chris Kleiman's experience in rivalry games will give the Cats an edge?
Well, experience always gives you an edge, but taking days off does not. Hopefully we maximize those opportunities to get ready for this game and didn't waste any hours just, sitting idle. So I trust Coach Kleiman is getting these kids ready. He has the first, 6 years here at Kansas State. So no reason to believe that he won't get it done again on Saturday. And that there's a method to the madness.
Method to the madness. Are you ready for your favorite segment?
Oh, it must be time. Get out your tractors.
Ding, 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 ding.
Maybe get out the horses and some cattle. warm up your F950s because you might have to ship those cattle off when you lose your bets. But it's time for the Degenerates segment, the most exciting time of the week, especially when you're 3 and 4. Yeah.
And betting.
Yeah.
Predictions and betting lines.
If we go 6 and 6, we go 6 and 6 and lose our bowl game, what will our record be?
6, 7.
The more you say it, the less likely the kids will be able to say it because they'll think it's not cool. All right, so they'll stop doing it. We can scale them down. We scale it up because what's cool to the adults is not cool to the kid. That's why only adults say swag now. And if you're still using that term, stop.
Man, I got that swag.
This is not the 2000s, man. KU, 3-point favorite, true or false?
I know it opened as 3-point favorite. I'm checking now to see what it's at. I think it was at 2.5 the last time I checked. So
a lot of cat money, a lot of cat trackers going out there, putting them on the line.
My internet's been pretty spotty, so it's going to take an hour to open this up.
Might have to till the land by hand next year. You lose all your tractors, homies. KU -3 to open up. We're thinking 2.5 at this point. Money line.
It is at 3 still on DraftKings.
Yeah, so Cats are +125 on the money line. Over and under is about 56.5. I'm going to take the over.
Yes, it is at 56.5, and I'm going to take the over as well. So we're going to take the over. We like Kansas State to win, obviously.
Money line.
But if you're looking at the spread, probably take Kansas State +3 is probably pretty solid.
Cats on the money line, over. Cats on the money line, over. All right. If we lost by 2 or 1 or even 3 with a push, I'd be pissed. Even if I won money. Cats, money line, and the over. All the tractors, all the bushels of soybeans, maybe a few cattle.
And it doesn't look like they have anything for rushing props right now for Avery, but Avery is probably going to be around 40 to 50 rushing yards at least, so we're going to go over. Jalen Daniels probably going to be maybe at 50, about the same, maybe 60 over.
Lots of overs.
Rushing yards.
Yeah. Is anybody going to go under? The Dylan Edwards, maybe?
See, I don't know. I just don't see both teams pounding the ball, but I think if K-State wants to win, we find our identity and pound the ball, and then Joe Jackson can get over his probably projected 60 rushing yards.
It'll be less than that. I think it'll be in the high 40s.
Yeah, so you'd probably want to take the over on that. And then I haven't seen LaShawn play, so I'm not sure. I mean, we went against what's the guy from Baylor? That real big guy, Bryson Washington, I think.
Yes, we held him in check, but they threw the ball so much. They were just throwing all over the place.
And then TCU abandoned the run game when that Kavorian Barnes dude actually had a decent game for 80.
Right. So all the TCU fans on the internet were thinking, WTF, mate. Why would we do that?
Yeah, so
absolutely boneheaded. Bryles, what are you doing?
We could see, I don't know. We could see a lot of pounding of the football, but I just don't see it. I don't see it in the rivalry game. I see it getting a little out of control.
I do too. Yeah, lots of penalties probably, lots of big plays, broken coverages, things happening on the interior, letting quarterbacks get loose for big runs.
It's going to be a fun game for sure. It's going to be a roller coaster.
I think it's a lot more exciting when we just win 64-0 because we're elite, fundamentally sound, disciplined, living up to the goals. But hey, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be high scoring. It's going to be ugly because neither team's great.
So what's your final score prediction here?
Oh, we're going to go probably in the 30s. I'm going to say Cats 38, KU 31.
Okay.
38, 31 Cats.
I'm going big. Cats 48, KU 38.
That's a butt ton of points.
I think we won't win another close game. 86. So I think we need to be up by 10-17 late in the fourth. And then, they get one at the end and try to make a little comeback, but it won't happen.
So, of course, with all these predictions, it'll probably end up being 10-9.
Yes.
Like back in 1995.
It's going to be a thunderstorm. Everybody's going to fumble. They're going to slip everywhere.
Hey, is this the 30-year anniversary, by the way, of that 1995 game? Old heads will remember this.
Yes.
It was 2 top 10 teams from Kansas. Half the Big 8 finished in the top 10 that season. It was the year before the formation of the Big 12. And that game was in Lawrence, or was it in Manhattan? I don't recall. But it ended up being 10-9. And, of course, the Cats finished, I think, 7th in the country at 10-2 that year. And KU finished right behind us, also 10-2.
And then the only other time that they played when they were ranked was what, last year or 2 years ago?
Might have been 2 years ago. Yeah, I think so.
Probably right.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago. Will Howard's last season in a Wildcat uniform. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Is our streak going to survive another year?
Of course.
Good answer.
Yes.
And is the over the safest bet in this scoring rivalry?
It is, if you're not too highly leveraged because of previous debts due to gambling. So if you're down to your last tractor, I don't know if you want to take the over on this one. You might save that for the spring.
Go over.
Take the over, Cats fans.
Over.
And the money line.
All right, any other thoughts before we wrap it up?
No. All I was thinking was thoughts and wrap it up. So that's all I heard there.
Yeah, for me, I forgot what I was going to say, Crib.
You got some final thoughts there, homie?
Yeah, maybe. If I can remember what I was going to say, but I can't.
You got dementia, man, and you're only in your 30s.
It was a long day at work.
Oh, yeah. You could probably tell by our energy level. It's midweek.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, normally we want to be really excited for this game, but it's just this is one of like maybe 3 bad seasons that I remember K-State having thus far. And we can still turn it around, right? So I'm not going to chalk it up yet, but we are 3-4 going into this game. Last time we were this bad was Snyder's last year, and then before that was Ron Prince era.
Or maybe the COVID season.
That doesn't.
It counts.
It counts, but I mean, I don't put much stock into that season.
That's like saying, I only dated that girl for a couple months. That doesn't count.
And completely different when the world is falling apart and economies are breaking down.
Yeah, maybe a bad analogy. I don't know. So,
but yeah, I mean, it's still going to be a really fun game, and I'm excited to watch it. So
yeah, I am too. 11 o'clock TNT, man. We're gonna see that TNT production and pregame. I think there's a 90-minute segment. They followed around climbing all week, so that'll be interesting to see. I'm going to tune in at, I think that's at 9:30, maybe 10:30. I'm not sure if it's a 30-minute or 90 minutes, but I'm interested to see how that compares to, of course, Game Day and Fox's show, which I no longer watch either of for obvious reasons.
Shout out to my KU friends that I'm going to send this to.
Yeah. Matt. Hey, TNT got the NBA. It's back on NBC, but not TNT. Yeah, but yeah, send this to Matt. He's a KU guy.
Matt Keaton. Austin,
see that Jayhawk right
Cody,
there, Matt? Ugly.
TG.
Not even real.
Over there somewhere.
Garbage.
I'm going to send this to you. You guys are going down. That's a wrap. Whether you bleed purple or crimson and blue, this Saturday's Sunflower Showdown promises fireworks. Stay fierce, stay tuned, and we'll see you post-game for reactions and breakdowns. See you later. I love you. Check you later. Adios.